Hello everybody, it is I, Tony, and welcome back to TTBurger Game Reviews. And after reviewing the SSX series, we're back with reviewing regular games here and stuff like that. There'll be another series review coming up in the future soon, but right now we're focusing on regular game reviews. And we're still wearing our PlayStation Ugly sweater because it's still the month of December, and like I said, we're going to be wearing this all throughout that month. And for today's episode, we're going to be looking at something dangerous. It has the word danger in it. And this game is based on the comic series, and that game we're going to be looking at today is Danger Girl for the PlayStation 1 by THQ and N-Space. Now, those of you who don't know what Danger Girl is a comic series that revolves around three women, Abby Chase, Cindy Savage, and in the game we're introduced to a new character called JC. And this game is like on the first series of comic books that I never really read and stuff. I did not know about them until playing this game, and it revolves around them trying to stop the evil Donovan and his evil empire known Hammer from trying to take over the world and stuff like that, which at least that's what I think it's about. I haven't really read the comics and stuff. But a game based on a interesting comic series would be awesome, but too bad that this game falls to the wayside. It ends up being one of the worst games ever on the console. Now, as we get started here, we jump right in and we're playing as, and we see this opening cutscene here that involves the three main characters and stuff, which I already mentioned who they are. And it just pretty much was one of those like 80s like comic cartoons openings that you see in one of those 80s cartoons or something, or probably even the 70s and stuff too. But I mean, the opening cutscene looks pretty good, and I like it and stuff. And these graphics and the graphics here on these cutscenes look great. But unfortunately, it only gives you the false impression that this game would be great. I know graphics are like a good game, but it looks like the artwork did look really good. But that's not until you get into the actual game here. And the game here is basically a Siphon Filter clone, and a bad one at that. It's not the worst game I've ever played, but still, it's not the best game ever. It's pretty bad. For starters, you move very slow. There's no run feature. You can't run, and there's no point in even trying to sneak past enemies or use stealth, because like the enemy AI and stuff, it just like won't even spot you until you shoot them and stuff. So it pretty much makes stealthing pretty much useless. Hell, stealthing altogether is pretty much useless because you move way too slower than when you're supposed to move when you're stealthing. I know when you're stealthing you move slow, but they move so slow that even when the enemies do spot you and stuff, boom, you're dead. And so don't even bother try stealthing. Just run up and just shoot them, and you're good to go. Just running and shooting, or just strafing back and forth like how I did. And as you see here, like right now, I'm showing you here the first level. We're playing as Abby Chase, who's like the leader of the group. And what the heck happened here? The graphics look shit now. I mean, just look. I mean, like the bodies of Abby's character model look fine, but her face looks very blocky and doesn't really animate well at all. And the lighting is really dark here too. And I'm using a regular controller here, not the analog controller, because using analog in this game is pretty much useless. It doesn't, I mean, your character moves very sluggishly, and it's very clunky to move. Sometimes the controls, you'll get stuck to and won't move, and it'll get you killed. And yet, when you play in the analog log mode, and even IGN pointed this out too, and I thought it was my controller that was broken. IGN pointed out too that when you turn the analog on, not only will the controls lock up and stuff like it does in normal, but the triangle button won't even work. And the triangle button is pretty much your aim feature too if you're trying to aim and stuff. So good luck trying that. And the controls here are pretty bad. I mean, even if you change the controls are still going to feel the same. I mean, like, the X button shoots and the square jumps, where it should be the opposite. But even when you change them, it doesn't even do much either, because just that the controls are so clunky. Just unbelievable. Hell, it's also worth mentioning that when you jump, your character jumps so high, it's like they're on the moon. The voice acting in the game is pretty bad. Like, the voice actors sound so bored. They're not even trying to hide how bored they are. I mean, Abby's character sounds the best. I mean, in other words, she sounds the least bored. But even then, these voice actors sound like they couldn't be more bored to be there. And I can't say I blame them because, like, I'm sure if they were working on a game for like that was like Sci-Fi or something, I'm sure it would have been more exciting for them. But no, that's not the case at all.
What is it, Abby? Seems like some kind of a machine or something.
A machine? So what's it do?
I'm not really sure, JC, but if the hammer wants it, it probably kills, dismembers, or decapitates. Whatever it is, I know it runs on 3 distinct types of fuels or elements. Weird stuff. What's that, Sid?
Weird stuff. The hammer lifted crates of it from that oil rig.
And we have more of this?
Several tons. All that the rig has drilled is now in our possession.
Excellent, Major Maxim. We must recover the second and third elements without interference.
My men are on full alert, Natalia. The Danger Girls will be killed on sight.
And just all the characters feel very similar to one another. You pretty much run, you shoot, you strafe, you crouch, you shoot. They all feel the same. And I mean, like, it takes place in different areas and stuff too, and I like that stuff. I mean, creativity goes to that and such, but just it's gonna make you want to go and play Siphon Filter before and stuff like that. I mean, this game came out in the year 2000. This game looks like a game that came out in like 1995. I mean, the cutscenes look nice and stuff, but that's pretty much what it is. I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, like, I literally was expecting this game to be a lot better than it was. I mean, it's not the worst game ever, but it's not the best game either. I mean, it's like, it seems like THQ and N-Space were trying. It seems like the main thing they were trying to focus on were like putting the girls in certain situations and stuff. And also, I can't forget about the gameplay. Like I mentioned how the controls are awful. It's very hard to aim as well. Like when you press the triangle button to aim, you have to hold down the button if you want to speed up the movement of your aim. And it's best just to have the auto aim on, and that's basically what it is. Like let the auto aim do all the work for you. Don't even bother manually aiming unless you're trying to shoot down like little Semtex lasers or stuff like that. And yet, I also hate how, like, when in the levels, you have to use an item for certain spots here. Like in the first level, you have to use like explosives on these like crates and stuff. You think that all you have to do is press the circle button and then, which is the action button, and then you on the explosives. But no, you have to select. You have to go to your menu, your item menu, and select the explosives, and there you go. And also, my main complaint about this game, no checkpoint system. No checkpoint system. So when you die, you could be very close to beating the level. When you die, you're going all the way back to the beginning of the level. And you would think, oh, there must be a checkpoint point somewhere. No, the checkpoint system is nowhere where to be found. And I literally thought I was doing something wrong to get sent all the way back to the beginning of the level. But no, there's nothing that can be done. You die, you're going all the way back to the beginning of the level. And also the weapons to me, the weapons do the same amount of damage. And like a pistol is as powerful as an AK-47. A submachine gun can be as powerful as a bazooka. They all do the same amount of damage. So there's pretty much no challenge here. I mean, the only challenge you have is that like when you come across a laser gate or something like that, or if the controls lock up on you and they get you killed. I also forgot to mention that during the game, you'll have moments where it says, get ready for some intense action, where you must hit the buttons at the right time very quickly for the event to play out right and properly. And if you do and succeed, your character will be fine, but if you don't, just lose some health and stuff and such, or you'll die. But like, it's really not much of a challenge because it's all very, very, very easy. And also this game, these events slow the frame rate down to like in the single digits too. And I don't understand why that happens when the frame rate should be stable and stuff. But even when there's a lot of action going on, the frame rate also slows down too. And I don't know what else to say here. I mean, this could have been a great way to introduce people to the Danger Girl comics and stuff like that, but instead it turns into a mockery. And yet there are games in this category that you're better off worth playing. You could go ahead and play Siphon Filter, or play Duke Nukem Time to Kill, or Duke Nukem Land of the Babes, and stuff like that, which were also made by N-Space too. So I just wonder what happened with this. I don't really know. I really don't know. Just the music. Well, the music is okay. The music is okay, but it loops constantly. But the music is not that bad. So I give it some points there. So that's pretty much all I gotta say. My final rating goes like this. If you want to play a stealth action game or an action game where it's like a behind the back view and stuff like that, where you can just like shoot weapons and solve puzzles and stuff like that, then go pick up the games I mentioned. It is a shame because this could have been the very first female Siphon Filter or female Duke Nukem games like that, but that wasn't the case at all. I won't be giving it the lowest rating ever, but I'll be giving it a 4.5 out of 10. It may seem a little high, but it's just that, I don't know, I mean, maybe I'm just kind of forgiving because, I don't know, it just seems like NPTHQ were on a time limit and stuff like that and had to get it out as soon as they can, so, I don't know, just, you're gonna play this game, be warned, that's all I'm gonna say. Peace out everybody, and stay tuned, there's more on the way.